Hey everyone, welcome to another video. And in this video, I have Sanjivani, Sangeetha, and Snehapriya. Again, this was not scripted; it's 3S, so that's great. But I wanted to talk to these guys. They're either graduating soon in 21 or they have already graduated, but they have attended career fairs offline as well as online. So I wanted to hear from these guys, ask them some questions on how do they feel about it, what are the challenges they are facing right now, and what current students could do better to increase their chances with online career fair as well. So Sanjeevni, why don't we start with you? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Sanjeevani, and I am studying civil engineering. I'm doing masters in civil engineering from Texas A&M University. And I am in my last semester right now. I'll be graduating in May 2021. And in this semester, I am interning with Jacobs as a hydraulic intern. And that's
That's
about
a
it.
pretty good company, yeah.
Sure, thanks, Parth. Hey everyone, Sangeetha Rajkumar over here. I'm currently working as a technical product manager at PayPal. I graduated from Cornell University last year. I'm a May 2020 graduate. I pursued my master's in engineering management program. I had a couple of years of experience before coming to US. I worked in companies like Accenture and Capgemini. I was a software engineer. Then I turned my path into product. So to pursue product management as my full-time career. So I came for US to pursue the masters, and I'm working as a product manager right now. Happy to meet you all.
That's awesome. Sneha.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Snehapriya. I was a fall 19 admit for Master of Science in Biotechnology at Northeastern University. This is technically my last semester of coursework, after which I have to do either a 3, 6, or an 8-month co-op or an internship. And depending on that duration, I would either graduate in August or December. So yeah, I'll be graduating this year as well. And I did my undergrad in Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology from University of Mumbai. And I graduated in 2016. And after that, I worked I interned from Ipca Laboratories and then went on to work in Cognizant, basically dealing with pharmacovigilance and phase 4 clinical trials. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's awesome. Very basic question to start off. Online versus offline career fairs, which one do you prefer? I'll go with Sneha.
Offline.
Sangeetha.
Offline.
Sanjeevni.
Offline as
man,
well.
that's probably the dumbest question I've asked.
That's really obvious.
Yeah, break it down for me. Like Sanjeevni, we'll start from you. Break it down. How does an offline career fair at TAMU looks like?
So an offline career fair, so basically you don't have to there is no as such registration process. A couple of weeks ago, they sent us, or they give us the list of companies which will be coming and the booth number where and the dates or the days where they when they'll be coming, and then we can just prepare like which company we want to go. Also, they give us what they are actually looking for, like if they are looking for interns or full time or part time and stuff like that. They also used to mention if they are looking for candidates who will require visa sponsorship and stuff like that. So that would make it really easy for us to shortlist the universities and plan accordingly. Also, in some cases, the company didn't used to mention the visa status thing, so we could just go and talk to them and see. Maybe if they are taking considering candidates for that. But with online, I think they have made it mandatory for companies to answer if they are requiring. They are taking students with sponsorship. So that and most of the companies usually say no to that question, and that makes us the list of companies are really like shorter with for online career fairs.
What about you in Cornell? How does it go about?
Cornell, I attended fall and spring career fair. Both were in person. And then that's when COVID hit last March, and then few of the career fairs I too attended outside in person, so a virtual career fairs as well. So comparing and contrasting between both of them, right? I would say the in-person career fair is much more effective. Because you get a FaceTime. You get a lot of FaceTime with the recruiters or the company representatives. So you get FaceTime. So you all the questions which you have, you can get those clarified. And B, you have a networking session. So a networking session for each of the companies. Most of the companies have like a pre-meet or a post-meet after the career fair, and then we again get a FaceTime with the company folks. We will have a lot of interaction over there, and sometimes if you attend most of their pre-meet, post-meet, and even the career fair, so they tend to register your face. So that I have got some experience like that recruiter, hey, you attended that session as well, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm very interested. So could you help me more? Help me let me know what are the next steps I should pursue. So you tend to build that relationship, right? So that is very much important in the career fairs. So because of these two reasons, I tend to like in-person career fairs.
So
for us at Northeastern, we do have a registration process for career fairs in person or online. So I attended the one in spring 2020, that was before the pandemic hit. So for us, we had to go to the location where the career fair was there, and there were different aisles of companies that were situated next to each other, and we had to go there and hand out our resume to them and give like a 30 to 45 second elevator pitch. So elevator pitch is something, it's like a snapshot or a summary of your entire resume that you have to keep reciting and keep practicing, because you don't want to go there and give like a 1 or 2 minute speech about who you are and what you do. So you want to keep it short and precise, and you actually get to know from the body language of the recruiter, what they are thinking about you, and whether they like you or they want to go ahead with another candidate or whatever. So and another important thing is the visa sponsorship. That is something that most of the employers don't offer. Like, do you require visa sponsorship in the future? So that is something that is a big drawback. But otherwise, it's a good experience in person career fair. Yeah.
And if you had to walk through the online career fair process, let's start with Sneha. Like, tell us about the online career fair. How does the process, like, I'm sure you have to register. How does that go?
Yeah, so we have to register for that as well, and we have a dedicated job portal for Northeastern, which is called NU Works. Initially it was NU Careers, but then it got changed to NU Works. And then we have a list of companies that they provide us, and so if we are interested in 2 or 3 companies, we can click on that channel, go to their messaging center, and you have to type out your elevator pitch basically. So there are like hundreds and thousands of messages and of people giving their elevator pitches and introductions. Right. And, if the employer or the recruiter likes your profile or elevator pitch, they'll sometimes do a video chat with you, or sometimes they'll say interested next to you, next to your profile. So that's when you know that they are interested in you. So it's not that much effective, I'll say. I'll obviously choose the in-person one. So yeah, that's how it is for us.
Right. How about you, Sangeetha?
I never got a chance to do this online career fair with Cornell because I had graduated by that time.
Mm-hmm.
But during my job search, I went on to other portals wherein I did this virtual career fair. So during the virtual career fair, definitely the registration is the first step. After you register at the day of the career fair, you basically enter, and there will be a set of people who are in that forum or the chat. You basically need to type out like, okay, a elevator pitch, a concise 2-liner or 3-liner elevator pitch. And once the recruiter gets your pitch, if he or she seems to be interested, they would invite you to a separate room, and or they would chat, they will ping you personally. So that's when you get a lot of the questions clarified, and then you follow up with them. So that's the process I went through in online career fairs.
Perfect. Sanjeevani.
Yeah, so at Texas A&M University, first, as usual, the first step is registration. So we got an email with the registration link, and then we went ahead and answered a bunch of questions like, do we require visa sponsorship? What is our major? And are we looking for internships, full times, and stuff like that? And after registration, they gave us a shortlisted list of companies with similar, with similar parameters that they're looking for as well. And then they were like for one company there are like 4 or 5 people, so we can choose, who has time slots available with them. And then we registered for the specific time slot, like they are for 10 minutes, so like from 12 to 12:10 a.m. and stuff like that. We can work around our other companies which with whom we are thinking of or planning on speaking to. And then I think we got an email. Actually, this career fair, I didn't talk to a lot of companies, just 1 or 2. So I think they sent us an email with the video chat link, and then we at the 5 or 10 minutes prior to our appointment allotted time, and then we went on to that link, and then we got one-on-one chance to speak to the recruiter or whoever the other person is.
Okay, got it. I know pre-COVID you would be able to visit other universities' career fair. I'm not sure if you guys did that or not. Sanjeevani, like any of you did that? Visit different universities?
We had one in Boston University, but I could not go because it was fall 19 and I just came. So it was like new for me, and I was still adjusting with the whole.
But I'm sure in Boston it's more common as compared to, Cornell or maybe TAMU. I know because like Boston, you have so many universities close by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people just
do that
Texas
in general. A&M.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you were saying.
So at Texas A&M University, for in-person career fairs, we have to carry our IDs so that we can check in when we go into the fair. I don't think that students from other universities are allowed. I'm not sure, but I have not been to any other university's career fair, and I have not seen any other students from different universities coming at our.
Right. Yeah, I think it might vary from department to department as well. Some departments like to keep it tight, and some people like to let it loose. Other question I had, before every career fair, there's like a pre-career fair event or a series of workshops which companies hold. That hey, we'll come and we'll introduce a company and we'll talk to students beforehand to get the best candidates, right? Does that happen in online career fair as well? Or does that even pre-career fair workshops happen at all 3 of your universities? Let's start with Sanjeevani.
Yeah, so they do that, like some of the big companies do the company showcase thing before the career, like 1 or 2 days before the career fair. I personally have not attended any because I was usually busy with my classes or any other thing.
Yeah.
But they do that.
Okay. Sangeetha, how about you?
I didn't attend during my college time the online career fair, but recently for PayPal, I did a pre-meetup for one of the career fairs, one of the colleges here. So companies tend to invest a lot of time, right? They really want to get the best and the brightest. So most of the big companies, they do put a lot of effort, like get the recruitment channels aligned, get the processes aligned. The human resources will ping the interested employees to come speak to this university. So there is a lot of background work which happens. When I was on the other side, I could experience that. So a lot of pre-preparation happens before we go and meet the students. So that is when I was able to experience this whole process, and it was a very good journey, right? They kind of give a cheat sheet or a fun fact sheet. So all these nuances the recruitment team looks at so that we have an engaging conversation with students, and students get time to clarify a lot of the questions, like, okay, when is summer internship beginning, starting? Okay, will you give this allowance, that allowance? So these kind of questions, they prep us up, and then will have a time slot. So students can come and enter their time slots, available time slots, and then we have some discussion with the students, and then students can even follow up with us. So I was in the other side, so that's how I was able to get into the pre-networking or the post-networking sessions in the career fair.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. How about you, Sneha?
Yeah, so our co-op advisors, they keep sending us emails about that this company is coming, so they are gonna host a session about the company and what kind of candidates they are looking for. But unfortunately, all these sessions are conducted in the evening, and I had classes in the evening, so I was not able to attend. But yeah, she used to send the recordings, and I watched one of the companies. I think it was Sanofi, and they were talking about the company's inception and the kind of co-ops and internships that they are currently having. So yeah. These kind of workshops are still
happening.
Yeah.
That's good. What all information, like, let's say in terms of offline career fairs, the university is sending you like a list of companies that is going to attend. Maybe they're sending you where the companies are going to be placed as well. But when it comes to online career fairs, are they just providing you with a list of list of companies which are coming to the career fair, or is there any additional info? You go ahead.
I have a career fair tomorrow that I'm going to attend. Yeah. So they have given us a list of companies, but I think there's 58 odd companies, but unfortunately there are just 4 companies which are relevant to my domain. So that is one drawback of the online career fairs. It's mostly technology and engineering side of the
work. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sangeetha, in your case,
so some of the other career fairs, right? Not
like let's say the university since you're working for PayPal now, like what all PayPal provides to the students? Let's talk it in that sense.
Sure. I don't know how much I can disclose.
Sure.
So, but definitely about PayPal's company values, why to come and work for PayPal, and what are the brief initiatives that we are working on, and see if the interest aligns with the candidate. So that's these are all the brief information that PayPal as a company provides during the career fair.
Okay. Sanjeevani, I think you answered the question already, but go ahead if you want to add something to it.
Yeah, so the company also, when we are talking to the company, like we can ask them, like, do you have any positions? So this is like we give our elevator pitch and then we ask us, okay, so I'm looking for these positions. Do you have any like openings for that, like not
Mhm.
right now, or maybe during like in the upcoming months or something? And then they tell us like, okay, we are looking at that and we are looking at this. So what you can do is you can before the career fair you can look up to the company and see if even if they have a position which is a different location than the one than the location than the people who are coming here. So for instance, if the location is Austin, but you saw that the post like there is an opening at I don't know, like somewhere in California, so you can ask them, so this is my resume, so will you be willing to share my profile or my resume with the hiring manager of that
Hmm.
company or stuff
Right.
like that. So that helps.
Okay. Okay. Uh, this question is for Sneha and Sanjeevni more. Like, what challenges are you guys facing right now, with in terms of finding a job?
Honestly, I just started, so I'm relying mostly on LinkedIn and my college job portal.
Hmm.
So I would not. I don't know if I can comment much on that, but yeah, there is a lot of. I'm trying to tailor I'm trying to tailor my resume according to every job posting that I'm encountering. So yeah, that's one challenge I'll say that I'm
Right.
facing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sanjeevni, I know you worked with Jacob,
I
so I don't know if your position is already set, but
Let's hope so. I haven't gotten any offer letters, so let's see.
right.
Yeah, so for me, I haven't started applying yet because I was like my semester just started, so I'm like pretty much all over the
Yeah.
place. But I'll start soon enough. I'll probably mostly like I'll rely on LinkedIn and mostly on online applications, and I'll reach out to the alumni or maybe my seniors and ask around like maybe if they can get me I mean refer me or give me any details about the position or stuff like that, or maybe get me like tell me who is the hiring manager if the location is different. That would also help, like I could contact to him on LinkedIn and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge with international students is always like a visa, right? That, oh, is the company
Yeah.
going to sponsor our visas? I've seen that all over the time because let's say there are 100 companies coming into career fair and then only 25 says that they're offering positions to international students. So it becomes challenging that way.
Yeah.
Um, just the last question. Any resources, uh, softwares, platforms, websites you would like to share with the students, which you have come across during your hiring process, or Sangeetha, in your case, like when you were applying for PayPal as well?
Yeah. First thing, watch Parth's video. I
Hmm.
have watched every single one of them.
Yes. Even
The
I
for
did.
career for career fairs, right?
Yeah.
For especially the in-person ones, I don't know if you remember, like in one of your career fair videos, you had told like print your resume in a nice fancy paper so that you when you pass it to the recruiter, so he or she will have a lasting impression. That actually worked. Like
Awesome.
for one
I'm
of the
so glad.
companies, and for one of the companies, they were like, "Oh, this paper is really nice. Where did you get it?" So that was the conversation starter.
Hmm.
So with that, right, I was able to kind of get to know the person, and he kind of introduced me to another person. So that's how I was able to build the network inside that company. So definitely, first thing, watch Parth's video.
Thank you.
Then the second resource, and because nowadays because of the COVID pandemic and whatnot, it's all virtual career fairs, right? So there are a lot of these meetups. There is this meetup website itself, that you kind of if people who have specialization in one particular domain, for example, data science or product management. So they people tend to join those groups, and then they post the information about the career fairs or this event is happening over there. So Meetup is a very it's a very vital resource, I would say, that I gathered the information about the Meetup during like the fag end of my job search process. So there was this Meetup, and then there is this for product specifically, right? For product management, there is this New York Product Management Conference. So that is very good. So this year they conducted online. Then we have Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper is also a very good forum to meet a lot of these big firms. They have a lot of events during that span of 5 days. So it's definitely a good resource to exploit for sure, apart from the career fairs from the universities.
That's awesome. Anything on your end, Sneha?
I'll be more biased towards biotechnology and life sciences domains.
Yeah, of course.
So there is one resource called BMOC where they help in resume building and giving out important powers and keywords.
How do you spell it? Sorry, how do you spell it?
VMOC, V for victory, and MOC, M-O-C-K.
Okay, perfect. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And another tip that I would like to give everybody is try to use extremely good powers or keywords in your resume, like words like achieved or accomplished or those kind of words, and try not to repeat them in your resume so that it breaks the monotony. And apart from that, specifically for biotechnology students, there's a website called massbio.com. Wherein you can look up, for internships, you can look up news articles, you can look up events that are happening nearby, or it's mostly for Massachusetts state. I don't know if it's applicable for other states as well, but this is a good resource to look out for.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Sanjeevi.
So I'll also speak a little bit in depth about civil engineering. So what you can do is you can take part in competitions. So for instance, in my first year, I took part in Texas Water Conference. So it's like a big event wherein all the big companies of Texas, like civil related companies of Texas, they come together, and where we presented on a topic, and we also won second place at that. So whenever now I attend career fairs or anywhere, when I talk to people, I remind them that so for for May 2020's wheat competition or Texas Water Conference, we presented and we won, and that's how they remember. So your team got second place. I remember you from there, and that is a good way to sell yourself. And also you can so for my university, there is a portal called Career Shift. So if you meet anybody and you don't have their LinkedIn profile, for instance, so you can go in there, and they have some of the details of the person for which you're with whom you're trying to connect, and that way that is also helpful. Also, what else you can do? You can always there's a good way to do there's always one thing that you can do is you can talk to your alumni and your seniors. They can guide you well. So what softwares maybe you need to learn, or what classes you need to take, and if they sometimes also know some of the openings that are there, so they can tell you, you can contact this person and that person. So it's always good to know your seniors, and mostly the alumni network among the universities are pretty good. So for instance, if I'm connecting with somebody on LinkedIn, and if they have also studied from Texas A&M University, I can always go and tell them, so I'm also from your university, and that makes it a little easier. So they are also inclined on helping you. So that is also one way that you can do.
Okay, perfect.
I'll also like to add that
Sure.
networking is very important here. You have to talk to a lot of people. You have to network, LinkedIn events in the university, whatever it is, just participate so that you'll get to know people, and you never know, they can be a reason for your full time anywhere else.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to add one more thing. So there are different seminars that our department arranges. So right now it's all virtual. So that way you can ask. They give you presentations on the research or the project they are working on, and you can always ask questions. You can ask for their email or LinkedIn. You can always ask them if it is okay if you connect them on LinkedIn and stuff like that. So in future, if you ever want to talk to them, you can always say that, okay, I attended your this seminar that you took, that was held at our university and stuff like that.
Okay, that's awesome. There are a few resources which I also use. Was like, one is this is a website called overleaf.com. If you want to create your resume in the US structure, that's the website I've used previously. There's another website called resumepuppy.com. It's somebody I know who has created that website, so you can check that out. And then there's a website called myvisajobs.com. So what it does, it gives a list of all the companies who have sponsored H1Bs before. So you get to know, like, okay, if they have sponsored H1Bs before, that means they are taking international students. So it just says it is called myvisajobs.com. So you can check that out. But that's all the questions I had. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, Parth.
Yeah. One person is better. 3% is better than one-on-one talk. So this is going to help a lot of students. Appreciate your help. And any ending thoughts? Anything you want to say?
Do check out Parth's website, gradical.com. It's got really good resources from like resume, CVs, accommodation, and everything. I just signed up yesterday, so I was just looking through it. So yeah, that's a really good resource.
Thanks for the pitch. I don't have to do that anymore. All right.
No problem.
So thank you, Parth. Thank you for the opportunity.
Parth. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thank you for doing this. Yeah. No, it's just me connecting you guys with the juniors. And hey, thank you so much, guys, for watching this one. I hope you guys found it useful. I'm gonna leave their LinkedIn profile link in the description. Be easy on them, like don't pound them with a lot of questions. They'll be able to help you. But again, we'll see you in the next roundtable, hopefully next week. Thank you so much, and take care.